Welcome to a new series by the Blind Gaming Guy. I am, of course, the Blind Gaming Guy, and this is a playthrough of RoadCraft. Bit of a divergence from from my space engineers, but it was actually requested by a family member, and as you can see, I've got a little bit of playtime into the game. With that in mind, let's jump straight in. Let's create us a company, Blind Gaming Guy. Logistics. That seems like a good one. Alright, let's see. We have what looks like they call it the Armiger Thunder. Looks like a Land Rover, for lack of a better guess. Or the Minuteman K350, which looks like a Dodge or Chevy pickup truck. The emblem, let's call it Dodge. 350 would make it the 3/4 ton or 1 ton variety. This is my style of truck. So let's start here. Now let's look at paint jobs. I, of course, like purple as my favorite color. I'm telling you, some of these paint jobs look like they belong on a race car, not a construction truck. Do construction trucks around the world look like this? I mean, seriously. Nope, we'll just stick with purple. And then let's pick out a symbol. Wrong button. What do we got here? Some heavy equipment. Crane. I like that. We might go back to that. We did say logistics, so a highway would work. No. That might work. Might go with that. That might be the best one. Let's see. Let's just do that. Let's try there. Now we gotta change the background color so that the image will be visible. Let's try there and a bright yellow. Zoom in. Can you see it? Can't see it into gray. Can't see it. Oop, wrong one to change. Let's try changing it to white. No. Go to a purple, which makes it pop, but looks terrible. Oh, there we go. That darker gray works. You can see it better there. It's really a mirror finish on that truck, ain't it? It's a pretty pickup, also. If you don't know anything about the game RoadCraft, it is made by the Ice Runner, Mud Runner people. Which, you know, means the driving will be very interesting. Alright, the problem here with fuel is you can't turn the trucks off. I do like that setup better, but the trucks, man. Let's turn that on. We do not want fewer convoys. We want as many as possible, so that the difficulty of dynamic deformation of terrain, these two, turning this to fewer would diminish this setting. So we don't want to diminish it. We want to keep it as high as possible. I am going to stick with an automatic transmission rather than a manual. We'll leave fuel costs, bridge costs, economic modif. Let's leave everything normal. Recovery rules. Normal default recovery. Recovery to field operation base costs 1,000. Recovery to service vehicles costs 5 fuel tokens. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to leave that normal. Vehicle costs, again, let's leave it normal. Standard prices and unlock requirements. Yeah, that's what we want. Yes, that's what we want. Alright, let's start this game out. Okay, so we have a campaign. Precipice, Aftermath, Sunken, or Incommunicado, which they lead to Sandswept, Soldier, Deluge, and finally to Colonel. So let's check this game out. Precipice. Start map. Okay, we start with our Minuteman, and on we go. Fixing pipes. To fix broken pipes, you have to acquire steel pipe by, boy, the tips go fast. Building bridges. Bridges can be built anywhere using resources to cross gaps in terrain. Bridges can also be... You can build roads anywhere, not just for designated infrastructural requests. A road is built in 4 steps. Pour the sand... Okay, we're back to fixing pipes. Acquire steel pipes by recycling or purchasing them at construction depots. Remove the broken pipe segment and then do something else. Well, I hope you all can read faster than I can, because I didn't manage to read any of those to you. Alright, Operation Precipice, North Africa Spring. You are subcontracted to assist in the reinforcing of the shoreline of a phosphate plant. This task is part of a large-scale survey and repair preparation effort for an upcoming hurricane. Welcome to RoadCraft. You will be guided through tutorial panels. If you miss any information, all tutorials can be found in the codex section. Press escape for the pause screen, I think is what that means.
Hey there! The name's Kelly, and I'll be your friendly neighborhood dispatcher for today. And every day unless we screw something up. Then the company
looks like we should drive straight at that beam.
But until then, I'll be here to help as much as I can. Not that you need much help with your first task. You need to head to the lookout point and take in the general layout of that town on the coast. They're bracing for one hell of a storm. I suggest you get on with the agenda before the storm hits.
There's no left or right. I don't see any other. I mean, there's left and right, but there's no drive on the left side, right side. I don't see any traffic to fight, so we'll just drive everywhere. Take our half right out of the middle, right? Pay taxes on both sides, so take your half out of the middle. That's what we're gonna do. I'm guessing we keep going.
I often hear they're the best part of your job. At least your job has a best part. I have to make do with cheap coffee and a broken AC. Ready for your next mission?
I wouldn't like the job if there were broken AC.
Investigate the phosphate plant. Not too exciting, but who am I to argue, right? Go take a look.
Some busted up boulders on the side of the road here, isn't there? Oh, Whoa! So much for the road. All-wheel drive, differential lock, and low gear. Okay. Let's just try all-wheel drive and differential lock. If you don't have real-world experience with the two, all-wheel drive would make all your wheels have propulsion. Differential lock would mean that all of them have to spin at the same speed, so if one loses traction, they don't all, one stops spinning and it tried to shift to a different wheel for control. Actually, all-wheel drive typically runs on corners, either left front, right rear, or right rear, left front, or left rear, right front for traction, as opposed to all four in a true four-wheel drive. Or differential lock would lock in every tire to the transmission and transfer case so that all tires have to spin at all times. That's the difference between differential lock and... I'm sure someone will correct me in the chat if I am wrong. Ooh, this is... Ooh, that's not nice. Oh. Whoa. I don't think we're going to drive straight across this stuff. Let's get up on the side. Drop it into low gear. Let's get up out of the slop. Oh, this is nasty stuff. Oh. Come on, no. Get the rear end out too. Alright, let's stay on the side here. Let's try to go a little bit quicker. Use it, take off that. Oh. Something hit the pole. We're supposed to be using the terrain scanner to see where to drive. But as you can see, I am just guessing the side is better than the center. I'm not sure I guessed right. Holy crap, get out of that. Oh. Look. Looks like road again. Come on, let me out of this. Let me out. Holy cow. Alright, now apparently I need to go to my left. I don't think we need the differential lock anymore. That's Q. Scout vehicles are equipped with a winch that can hook onto various elements. Hold right click and aim with your camera to attach the winch to any hook. The hooks like targets. Okay. So let's turn that off so we can move better. How do I detach this to? Okay. There, it's got the doors nice and wide open. So let's drive in. Welcome to the phosphate plant. Oh, look, we're getting something. I can't figure out how to say that. The L34 multi-purpose scoop. Something I didn't get to read it. Map is now available in objectives. Clear the way into the plant. And view our forward base, which is way over there. Alright, let's go over and take a look at our new vehicle. Apparently I need to remember to turn that off. So, we have a nice big what would that be? It's not a front end loader. That's supposed to be, I guess it would be a type of dozer maybe? I don't know. It'll tell us in a minute. Vehicle screen. Click on the vehicle you want to enter. This vehicle is equipped with a grader, which is used to move obstacles and level terrain. Graders have several modes that can be toggled by pressing 1 or 2. Marching retracts the grader. So this is a grader, not a dozer. Okay. Marching retracts the grader to the upper position. Manual gives you full control of all the grader's axes. let's not play with that unless we have to. Asphalt destruction removes asphalt that you have laid. Only asphalt that you've laid. Just remember that. Sand flattening allows you to flatten the sand that you've poured. Again, that you have poured. So, can't just do whatever we want here.
Hey, you're not a bad navigator. To be fair, a child could handle it if they could reach the gas pedal. Still, you
Hey,
did fine
that's
too,
rude.
so kudos to you. Now it's time to get you to your forward base. It's not much to look at, but should keep you warm. Oh, and on your way there, be a darling and clear the plant's old entrance for the cavalry. They're coming later. If the higher-ups don't cut the funding.
Alright. We are going to do something here that we don't have to do. After we do this little sand flattening, or sand flattening mode to push this stuff out of the way. I'm going to treat it like a dozer. I'm sure there's actual dozers later to do a better job, but this is what we have for now to use as a bulldozer. So, bulldozer it is. I love how one of the things we have to shove out of the way is a car. But not the pile of crates. Don't have to worry about them. Let's get them too while we're at it. There is one thing that we need to do that it's not going to tell us, but I have played the game once through on this map, so I know it needs to be done. Let's drive around this building. The cavalry that she's talking about won't come in the entrance we just cleared. No, that would be too easy. The cavalry will want to come in this entrance. So, let's open the gate so that they can come in it. There. Now we won't have to listen to them whine in a little while. Oh look, I could have just went right through here to get to the same spot. See something different every time you learn something new every time you play a game, right? Multiple times through this. This is the first time I've seen that shortcut. Alright. Let's park this now where it was, because we won't need this for a little while, I don't think. Now let's shift to our pickup truck. Alright. We need to get to the forward operating base. Left or right? Let's go right. Looks like a more direct route. Wait, I didn't mark it, so you can't know it looks like a more direct route. Objectives. Track the objective. And see, left. Actually, left probably would look like the more direct route. I don't know, we'll see. I picked this route, this is the route I'm going to drive. We are not having any real trouble in all-wheel drive, though, so pretty smooth. Keeping track of things like pretty smooth is important because of the way we pick the dynamic deformation of terrain with our... Whoa, that's a tight... There's a little switchback right here. That might come back to haunt us later. There's that. Let's drive around this way. That's our goal, by the way. Only 60 meters kind of tells you. European games are interesting for us Americans because they use measurements we don't fully understand. Meter is roughly 39 inches, which means it's 3 1/3 feet. If you're European, you're now looking at me
The good news is,
like
you're in
I've
charge
lost
now.
my
Bad
ever-loving
news
mind.
is the storage and allocation of resources are all on you. So, use them wisely. And remember, a penny saved is a penny earned.
I know that
For
there's
the company.
just
Well,
over
on to your next job. Storm's rolling in.
5,000
And we need to
meters
build
or
a flood wall
feet in
before it
a.
does. Before it rolls in, I mean. Storms seldom build walls.
Sorry.
First, we need to plot a route from the base to the phosphate plant. Once we do that, we can deliver the crane parts to make the wall. Looks like we're gonna need a generator for the phosphate plant. There should be one somewhere close to the abandoned facility. Check your map. If you can find it, bring it back to the garage inside the abandoned facility.
I know that there's more kilometers to a mile than there is miles to a kilometer. I would have to look up. Move the crane parts. That's logistics. Let's do that part first. That should be driving back down the road we just drove, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's just driving the way we just drove. Okay. Aren't we? Yeah, we're heading back over there. Yep. Drive the path we just took. That's what we're going to do. Click. Because we had no trouble driving it. They shouldn't either, right? Now, these were pretty quick switchbacks, so let's not give them too many opportunities to screw up through there. Alright, we can come in this route. Oh, actually, we go in the road we came out. Forget which path it is that goes the other outside then. There we go. Dispatch vehicles. There they go. Have to admit, that's kind of cool. You can sit and watch it drive by. Back to the map. You can see them on the map too. Alright, back to objectives. That one should take care of itself. Let's switch to drive over here. Let's fill up with gas first. One something. Oh, we have 1445 of whatever that cat. I guess that's our cash. All right, let's go check out our. Let's go looking for a generator. Ooh, this train's a little rougher. This train's a lot rougher. Holy cow. Alright. Last time I played, I saw something, and I'm going to try it this time without messing it up. It's going to matter before I tried just pulling that one one trailer out of the way first. But it pulled into the other ones. And led to a traffic jam I couldn't break free of. So this time I am going to just pull them in order of operations, like one of those parking or traffic games that you play on your phone. Oh, there's the route completed. That we already knew was complete. Alright, see, we pulled that one out of the way. Now, which one would be next? That one. So we're going to have to figure out how to pull it across this mud puddle. How far away can we connect to it from is my question. We're out of range already. And we were almost stuck already. Come on, connect. Let me connect. Apparently we can get up on this hill. Well, this truck has a big turning radius, doesn't it? I wonder if that's going to come back and bite us later. Alright. Alright, now before we go anywhere, are we not connected? We are, okay. We cannot pull. That's not fair. We ought to be able to extend the chain on the winch. Guess once you're connected, you're connected. Alright, we'll go this way. Seem to actually be moving it pretty decent. You reckon this over here is going to haunt us at all? Alright. We seem to have moved it out of the way. Alright, let's go get the last one now. Get it out of the way. And then we'll be able to drive wherever we want to over here. We can ignore that big old puddle if we don't want to mess with it. Beep, beep, beep. Come on, connect. I want to connect to that. Come on. Uh-oh. How bad did that mess it up? I think I just knocked it off of its axle. Well, that may not be a great... We have just ruined this one from moving. It does not like moving this direction as opposed to the other one. There we got it to go. Come on. I'm going to go get gas after moving these three. Holy cow. Chugga, 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 chugga. Come on. Wiggle free of whatever's stuck on you. Now let's try hitting it hard. There we go. Slam it with all the with a little bit of speed to drop, make it move. Make me do it again. This is how you break chains in real life. In real life, though, you just back up to connect to it and, you know, pull the trailer. Not have to tie a winch to like barrel in the back of the trailer and drag it. Alright. EQ. I didn't mean E. That was an accident. That one. There you go. Turn my all-wheel drive back on. And drive off. Now we know we have... Let's see what happens if we drive that way now. Because see, I know it's possible. Let me show you both paths now that we've cleared both of them here. Ugh. Stuck in the rocks. I wasn't kidding about having to run back up and get gas. I just did something I know is totally unnecessary, but I wanted to do it, so I did it anyway. Looks like our convoys are still going. Let's fill up on gas again. I guess it's only 80 liters. I don't know how. 2-liter bottle of soda. 80. What is that? 16 gallons or so? I wonder. Hold on. Is there a setting? Language HUD, vehicle control limits, KSVA, session identifier. No, we don't want. We don't need that. Camera alignment, resource highlighting. Custom action input, hide driver. We want that on. Crane control scheme. Extreme ring weather. Oh, it does not have a way to turn it to imperial measurements. So, I have something I would like to see the game have. A metric to imperial setting. Alright, so we cleared up this right side over here. Made it where we can drive through it. It's nice and smooth. We just have to dodge this big rock and drive on. The other option we have is the original option, which it makes what I did completely unnecessary, just to drive through the mud. And then if we hit our terrain scanner, hit 4. Oh, it looks like the mud is completely safe to drive through. So, like I said, this over here, completely unnecessary. I just wanted to do it because I figured out I could do it, so I wanted to do it. And just to prove a point, I might use it with the convoy. I feel like I'm moving pretty quick through roads this nasty. Holy cow. But again, no speedometer, so no way to know. Alright. Yellow line. You're in the search area. Hit 3 to find what you're looking for. I do not see what I'm looking for. Hit the gas. Here's the construction site to my left. Let's go in here and look. What does that water look like? Oh wait, some environmental elements can be pushed, pulled, or knocked over, or hooked with a wrench. Look for yellow markings to spot them. Okay, so apparently this giant thing in front of me I'm supposed to push, pull, or winch. Let's try pushing. Alright. There's another one. It's still a big hole. These ramps must be here for a reason. That's why they're yellow, right? Oh, there's something to hit. Oh, hey, I did it without running one off for a change. Every other time I've tried to knock that over, my front wheels have gone off and I've had to winch the truck back up. Oh, let's hit 3s. Have we found our target yet? No. There's what we're after. Where are we supposed to take it? Oh, over there. We don't have paths. I bet we gotta knock that down. Okay, now we have a path down. Now we just need the generator. Now in real life, I'm pretty sure you would get a forklift and load that thing up in your truck. But alright, how do we pull the winch close? Alright. Let's just take it for a quick drive. Yes, I put it right on the back of my truck so that I don't have to deal with anything more than I would with the trailer. Oh, come on. Goofy game. Returning scan. Yes, I got that. I'm going to have to turn hints off. They're driving me nuts. Alright. Oh, wait. It disappeared. Alright. All hands on deck.
You wrapped up all the prep work nicely. I knew I could rely on you, which is especially great since I had nobody else to rely on. You're the only contractor in the sector. The fate of everything rests upon you. No pressure. Besides, the only thing left to do is to build the flood wall before the storm hits. First, you'll need to scoop up some concrete slabs. There should be plenty around your base. Naturally, you'll want to use the crane to move them. Then you need to drop them off in the loading area. Easy as pie, right? I could go for some pie. Anywho, the generator's in working order, so now you just need to make sure it's delivered.
Wasn't bad.
Shouldn't be too hard. Just plot a course from the workshop to the phosphate plant.
Not that. What's out here? Alright, we can drive this path, so can they. This is the course, the plot of course from the abandoned facility to the phosphate plant. You're driving the course like you would as a scout vehicle. Ooh, more water. Doesn't look like much though. Just drive across it. Here's the one you need that gate open for. So let's take the truck, park it right here. Got our truck all muddy. Alright, tab. Let's look at our objectives first. create a route. Let's do that. We need a new route from this abandoned facility all the way over here to the phosphate plant that we just drove to. We know we can drive pretty well straight through there without any trouble. This path didn't bother us. The roads seem almost straight, so we'll just do that. Just big, nice big deals. This was that water that looks a little rough, but isn't. Oh. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, got that going. Then next one, move concrete slabs to loading area. And to do that, we need the new vehicle, which is a rusty mobile crane. Alright, hold left button to activate crane controls, additional controls. With the right, unlock once a load is attached. The nearby slabs are a resource that can be stored. Use the crane to move them to the loading zone. Want to switch how they operate, go to these settings. Alright. So, we need to go to that one, not the other one. Okay. So let's set ourselves up right here and see. Actually, I see a bunch of them over there, so we'll get those first. See if we can reach it from, say, here. Alright. 7 is anchors. We use our left click to, okay, R to raise, boom forward, boom lateral. Alright, that's as close to this thing as I can get. It's pretty long ropes, but hey, it's a video game, right? Apparently these ropes are attached to winches, so just tighten them up. There we go. Now left click, raise the crane a little, swing it to the left. Is there a way to 4? See what 4 does. There we go. Attaches us to the crane. There we go. And we drop it. Attach load. Alright, that works. Kind of looks like we broke it to 1,000,000 pieces, but it says it's stored, so we're gonna trust it. Whoa. Toggle attach, no. Toggle anchors, no. Is there a second one? Why can't I attach to the other one? Alright, fine, let's try attachment 5. No. We're going to move 7 to be able to move the crane. There we are. We can select the target. First, fold the crane. Attach mode is 5. There we go. Attach. Crane up. Oh, we gonna get caught on terrain. Shorten the... Oh. That's with our anchors down. Okay. Now, shorten it up. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Now, can we still reach far enough to drop it in the correct spot? I don't think so. Well, that stinks. Let's try something really dumb that you would never do in real life. But it's a video game. Nope. Nope. Can't make it go there. I was trying to, you know, throw it, but that didn't work. So I guess we'll move these more than once. We learned last time we got to go out to the side before we can pull these up in and make them usable. That giant panel is in the way. How do I make it go away? Alright. And we drop this one off. And we do not accomplish the goal of dropping in again because we don't have the reach. We need a longer crane. Drag it around that thing that about flips our crane up on its nose because apparently it is immobile. Wrong direction to move that. I can move it up this direction. Then we bring it around this way. Drop it. Then we have to move our anchors. Back around those since I put those in the way a little bit. We can get to the ones on the other side. Drop my anchors again. We can just pull those in. There we go. Just literally drag them in. Again, not what you would do in real life. But it's got some video gamey. And, you know, it's a video game, so it's okay. Alright. And again, let's just drag it. Again, not how you would do this in real life. Resources are stored in base storage, which is accessible from any base. On each map, you can unlock access to multiple interconnected bases. Your current objective requires resources to be stored in your base storage in order to be completed. You got it. Complete task. I guess hit enter. There we go. We'll get the rest of them while we're here. There's no point in not, right?
Looks like you'll need to do some hauling. Take the cargo truck and load it up with the concrete slabs and steel beams. Then, deliver it to the phosphate plant. And if you're in the mood for extra supplies, you could plot a route between the warehouse and the forward base. It's not essential, but it'll make things easier for you in the long run.
Well, I suggest we do it. I can't reach that one. I can see it. Just will have to move. Oh, we got a new bit. Well, they popped that in close to us, didn't they? Alright, hit 7 so we don't flip. Drop it in. Alright, hit 7. Let's go ahead and load up the truck. Pull up next to it. There we go. 7. Apparently we have to push the truck out to hit 7. Alright, resource storage. How many do we need? Wrong button, we need this one. Alright. Let's do the side quest first, since it's a side quest. Connect the warehouse to forward base. Where's it at? Oh, way over there. Now, this seems pretty forward. Alright. Means I need to switch to my scout vehicle. Which has no gas. So we have to recover it. So let's tow truck it to the forward base so we can get gas. That seems like a good plan. That right there is the only problem with the fuel system in this game. You can't turn it off. So your vehicles run dead wherever you left them. I need to fix that. And it's raining, so everything is muddier. Let's go straight across this time. Let's go up this way. How rough this terrain is. It's a road we haven't been on. That's why we're driving it. We're a scout vehicle for a reason, right? All we need is to our left, so let's go straight-ish through here. Oh, that's not nice terrain. To our right, looks like. You know it's a pothole when your truck fits inside of it. That's a pothole. Someone threw some cement slabs down to make this not the worst road possible. It's not looking too awful. We are slipping and sliding a bit in the mud. Whoa, that's a little bit of an angle. Pothole. We're getting close to where we're going, too. Oh. 100 meters. We gotta be there. Straight up, maybe? Look at the rocks. We'll mess your truck up. Oh, here we are. Awesome. Now we need to build a route. Plot a route. We just drove a route, so let's just follow the route we drove. Hopefully it's not too rough a terrain. There were a couple of pretty big bounces, but hopefully the cargo trucks can go down it. We actually have two options. We can go the back route that we went, or up to the main route and around. This one would use less gas, though. Maybe. Let's take them down the main route. After all, they are cargo trucks, not a scout vehicle. So let's treat them like they don't have the suspension to go that route. This is where the mud puddle is. Should we, you know what, we did that. Since we moved them, let's see if we can get it to work. Here's the last point. There we go. Let's see if we can get him to go around the big puddle. Again, we already proved there's no real point to that, but we moved those, so we may as well, right? There we go. Dispatch. Okay, now, the other objective is to bring resources to the phosphate plant. 2 steel beams and 3 concrete slabs. Infrastructure. It's back to our crane. So it's 3 and 2 when you pull out. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how should we load the truck? Let's start with slabs. Hello, thank you. Heck, at the angle I'm at, might as well go with the other one. I love that. It attaches the crane to the truck. Let's just pick the whole truck up and move. Alright, R. Left. Great, I hit myself. That was real genius work. Alright. There we go. That gets us lined up decently. Now, we need to rotate the load a little bit, obviously. Now let's try just lowering it down with rope. If I lower the crane, it's going to push it out. There we go. Dropped in. Alright, there's the first one. I want that one. Shorten it up. Spin back over the top. Spin the load. There we go. Oh, that would be so much smoother in real life. There you go. Alright. This truck is going to be so heavy. Change targets. There we go. Pull it toward us. Ram the truck crane. Spin around. And no crane or truck would be parked this close together in real life either. Since I know I hit the truck with the crane when I put it here. Somehow I might crane that in a different position. Get in there. Alright. We have now filled this truck up even with the back of its truck. That is a lot of weight in the back of the truck. Look at it bow down actually. Should we... let's make it one trip. Just why not? It's a bad idea. But we're going to try it anyway. Pull it up. Almost hit. I forgot to hit the right click, so my R was doing weird things. Alright, spin it this way. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it'll ride. Of course, you know, if I wasn't going over horrible terrain the whole time. So a little bit so it comes out in a different spot. Much better. Alright. 7, 6. Well, that was very video gamey. I thought it would, just fold up and move on its own, but no. Pop! Goes the weasel. Alright. We are done with the crane. Next, just park it back in the gas area because it'll run out of gas. Because there's no off switch for the engines. Have I complained about that yet? The vehicles turn on automatically when you get in them. They should turn off automatically when you get out of them. That would be a simple solution. Alright, now how does this thing... It's got one special command. Strap cargo in. Yeah. We are going to put those two on from the start. And we're going to follow that cargo. Whoa! Did you see that thing jump? Wait, let's not do that. Did you see the back end roll on this thing already? We are an inch from a rollover here. We better be really careful. Oh, oh, oh. Keep it going. Real gentle, real gentle. Real gentle. Maybe I should have it in a low gear. Alright, this is why you shouldn't overload your trucks. They bounce around and do stuff that you don't want them to do. Well, every time that rear end tilts left or right, my belly button puckers into my rear end. Oh, it's something terrible. Can't wait till we get late game to see what this situation looks like. Alright, up and in. Alright, we know the train in here is decent, so we can just drive. Turn our differential lock off and just drive. We go this route. Oh, there's where we're going. It'd be terrible to roll right on that last corner, wouldn't it have been? And... oh, look at that. We built a crane. The storm is imminent, but you have a chance to something to work.
Storm's coming in fast, so we need to get that flood wall up. Actually, you need that more than I do. I'm safe back at HQ, but the folks in that town aren't. So, good luck.
Let's drive this back over with the crane. Not the crane, the, yeah, dozer thing. Seems like an adequate spot for it to park it. Yep, works for me. Alright, now we gotta use our new tower cranes. Let's jump over here first. I learned something last time. What button is it? There's first person mode. And I meant to do this with all of the vehicles. So we could look at the inside of all of them. Not that I don't want to do this type of driving in all of them. But let's do that. Let's jump into all of them and look inside of them. First, our Minuteman. There we go. Music albums. It's got a nice interior. Did a good job. Yeah. Steering wheel actually turns correctly. I've seen games where it doesn't. See if there's anything on the dash that turns. Nope, nothing changes. That would be a very high detail change if a symbol on the dash panel popped on and off when you change those. But, you know, that's asking a lot. Alright, so let's look inside the cargo truck. Oh, that is a lot of buttons. The steering wheel spins correctly. There's a lot of switches and buttons that I don't know why they're all there. Especially the two lockdown switches. Must have ejection seats. Oh, that's cool. You can look behind you down the side of your car. Oh, that's neat. Can't do that on the other side. Turn the reflections on so you can see in the mirrors. That's neat. Truck right next to us. I've got my left. Here behind me. Keyword in my right. Now all these levers make sense since it's a dozer. And the steering is spinning correctly on center. Yeah, neat. The mobile crane is the only one we haven't entered, so let's look in it. I like the little fan spinning. Okay, what if we switch to the crane? Oh, now that's neat. It has both, you can hop in both cockpits. Alright. Sorry, I had to play, had to look. Might try some stuff in first person only. Like this. Let's try this in first person. Alright. In real life you would lower the hook. Then attach the load. And the load would be as tight as possible, so shorten the rope length with T. Apparently that's short as it goes. Raise my hook with R. Oh, look, the levers move with it. Here's a spot that needs to be. You guys probably noticed that before I did. F to lower the hook. Oh, that's probably low enough if we're in the water. Trolley back. Rotate, load. Oh, I'll check how close I got that. Man, it's not even going. Oh, that was a really good one. Let's do the next one. It's kind of fun doing this crane in first person. Again, it's video gaming, but you know. Alright, lower the hook. Extend the hook or roll the trolley out all the way. Do it. Attach. Raise the trolley. Shorten the ropes because they would be as short as physically possible. Yeah, there is no control button for that. I didn't think there would be. Like I said, there wouldn't be one in real life. There is our next target. Yeah, let's lower the flood wall. There, we're in the water. Pull the trolley back toward us. Just spin our load a little bit. So we need to go this way a bit. We're stuck a little bit. There, we got it. Lower it down. And weld it into place. Alright, let's try the other crane. Of course, in a hurricane, these things would be ripped down as low as possible, wouldn't they? I don't think they'd be all the way up like this. I don't know, I don't live near hurricanes. We have tornadoes here. That's our disasters. And the rare low-end earthquake. Typically when they go off, people around here really lose their mind because we don't have earthquakes. Because last year we had 2, but so low down on the Richter scale that someone with earthquakes would laugh. I think the big one was 3 on the Richter scale. Enough for us poor, stable Earth people to have issues, though. We did not like that. We did have a couple tornadoes this year, too. Where's one? Where's the other one? There it is. hits the water. There we go. Pull it toward us. Drop it down some more. And connect it. What if that's moving the entire crane up and down the rail is what moves that one. I was just trying to figure out what moved what. Lever control. Because we weren't moving that one side to side, so I figure out what made it move side to side. Because the left one's moving both directions every time. The right one just moves it along those railroad tracks. Alright. There we go, and lower it now. Oh, that's pretty. Boom. That was next. Build a flood wall to strengthen the shore. 2-star. Oh. Goal completed. Shields up.
Jeez Louise, that was a close one. I was worried you weren't going to pull it off. If you keep this up, I might start getting optimistic. At least for the company's stocks. They've been crashing lately, but you might have just turned the tide. Now, doesn't that make you feel good? Well,
I don't
savor
care.
it for all it's worth. Talk to you later.
All goals completed. In that silence, there's a strange kind of calm, but it's as if the world is holding its breath, pretending everything is going to be alright, but a tempest must be true to its nature. Who's that quote from? But a tempest must be true to its nature. Song lyrics? Surely. Let's put the whole quote in. In that silence, there's a strange kind of calm. It's as if the world's holding its breath. Pretend. I forgot where I was typing. Pretending everything is going to be alright. No way. Control copy that. No, that's not what it is, guys. There's no... Sorry, I'm chatting to myself because I'm trying to figure out what this quote goes to. It is not that. He's so busy getting stuck on the word silence that it is not finding the whole quote. That is a quote. Maybe next time I'll figure out who it is. You've completed the main objectives on this map. New maps are now available in map selection. You can return to the hub to select a newly unlocked map or stay here to finish the side activities. We did all those too. So, return to the hub it is. And that actually is probably a great spot to end this stream. As we get ready for the next map. Our stream, this is just a recording. Forgive me. I'm the Blind Gaming Guy. If you enjoyed this stream, give me a couple comments, maybe a like, and I'll try to release another one as soon as possible. Until next time, have a great week.